The guardian of a life-changing Labor reform, the Health Minister doles out some tough medicine.
We can't afford for the NDIS to continue growing at its present rate, but far more importantly, we can't afford for the NDIS to fail.
Unveiling sweeping changes to return the NDIS to its original purpose envisaged 13 years ago to care for those with a permanent and significant disability. But the scheme's expanded well beyond that, and without change,
Its community support, its social licence is slipping away.
Under the so-called reset, spending growth will be slashed from 10% this year to an average of 2% a year until 2030, cutting the cost of the NDIS from a forecast $70 billion to $55 billion. Every participant to be reassessed from 2028, with future eligibility to be based on the level of support they need, not their specific diagnosis. That's set to reduce the number of participants from 760,000 today to 600,000 by 2030, meaning at least 160,000 people will be shifted off the NDIS and onto community-based supports.
There's a lot of unknown at the moment. There wasn't a lot of detail around the what next.
Further savings to be made by bringing down the cost of social supports within plans and restricting unscheduled reassessments.
Today, Minister Butler dropped a complete bombshell on every single person with a disability.
The word that sticks in my head is straight up mean.
To bolster the scheme's integrity, more providers will be forced to register and payments made through a new digital system, ensuring the NDIS is funding what it's meant to.
Not for it to be an ATM for shonks and grifters, fraudsters and crooks.
This is the biggest overhaul of the NDIS since its creation, including the latest cost blowout. These changes are expected to save the budget $35 billion over the next 4 years. Both the scale and timing are ambitious. The Health Minister wants the cost controls passed by July and new eligibility rules settled by Christmas, and he's relying on the coalition for support. Jane Norman, ABC News, Canberra.
With more, our National Disability Affairs reporter Naz Campanella joins us. Naz, how are people in the community and the disability sector reacting to these changes?
Well, Jeremy, it will be a fairly sleepless and anxious evening for many in the community tonight. Many say they are gutted at the idea of eligibility tightening using standardised assessments because they say disability simply is not standard. Now, they are also asking critical questions about who will be moved off the scheme, when, and what alternative supports will be in place. Now, the peak body for providers has also weighed in, welcoming the move towards mandatory registration and also increased monitoring of payments. Guardrails, they say, should have been in place all along. Now, Jeremy, it is safe to say the consensus across the sector and community broadly tonight is that the NDIS must remain in place for future generations, and the critical thing now is consultation and transparency to ensure nobody is left behind.
Naz Campanella reporting.